The DJI RS5 is the perfect gimbal. They've done it. They've perfected it. Let me explain. The RS4 kind of was already perfect in the first place, so you might be thinking, how have DJI improved on their newest iteration? The biggest update to the standard RS lineup is that we have the AI tracking module taken over from the RS4 Mini, but with this nice black color, which is a nice touch. Everything now matches. So the AI tracking module is great if you are a single shooter and you want to get a bit more dynamic movement in your shots rather than just being locked off on a tripod all the time. So I've set the gimbal down here, I hold my palm out, and the AI tracking module is now following me. So if I move, it should move with me. This is a crazy field of view right now, but I'm just trying to show you the point. So this is transferred over from the RS4 Mini, but the RS5 has taken it to the next level because now on the display on the gimbal, you can see what the tracking module is seeing, and it should have a green box around my face so you can kind of see where it's tracking. So now if I move, it should follow me on the screen. And look how easy that is. If you're a solo shooter now, you have a pretty dynamic setup, and if you want to stop it, hold your palm out, it stops, it's not tracking me anymore, but I can just start it again, and now it's tracking me. That's pretty cool. So just another option if you're a solo shooter out there, you have this now in your locker with the RS5. But just one side note on this, what you see on the gimbal screen is what the tracking module sees and not what your camera is seeing. So if you're at a tighter focal length, just double check that your subject is where you want them in the frame before you start recording. Another staple of using a gimbal is using the Briefcase handle to get those low tracking shots. And that has got a massive upgrade along with the RS5. We actually have contact pins on the left side of the gimbal here because the Briefcase handle is now electronic. So we have a joystick, a menu button or a mode button, the record button, and the little trigger on the back here. So you can control the entire gimbal from the handle. So if you're down in a low angle, you can make minor adjustments. You can even record using the Bluetooth connectivity. Just saves you doing that weird, awkward maneuvering and then losing your composition again. So just another big brain update from DJI. But one thing to note is that we do only have the contact pins on the left side. So if you're used to putting the handle on the right side, that might be a little bit of a learning curve. So another welcome addition is we now have the precision dials on every single axis. So it's even quicker to balance this thing. So you can just be sure that it's done. Go on to this guy, he is way too forward. It just makes it so much quicker, and we still have the Teflon coating on all of the rails. So it is super smooth to balance, even in these windy conditions. So last axis here, out a little bit. Still needs a little bit more. Perfect. So there we go. It is super easy to balance, and now we're ready to shoot. We still have the same payload capacity as the RS4, so 6.6 pounds. That equates to an FX3 with the 24-70, an R5 II with the 24-70, basically a mirrorless camera with the 24-70, and you'll be good to go on this. However, we do have 50% increase in the motor torque and the next generation stabilization algorithm, as DJI have said it. These are just a bunch of fancy buzzwords, but basically in those higher active things, say you're running along trying to follow someone, it will be a lot smoother than the previous generation of the RS4. We also have third generation native vertical shooting, so you can change from horizontal to vertical in a matter of seconds without any other accessories, which is really cool. Now obviously you'll need to balance again, but that was pretty quick. And we also have a live feed of the Z-axis, so you know how much your camera is bobbing up and down when you're using the gimbal while you're out filming. And this especially happens when you're doing a high octane thing like running, so you can see how much it's doing and maybe change your movement so you can make your shots that much smoother. But by far, my favorite thing on the RS5 is this tiny little update. Come on, quick release tripod legs. So you pull one out and all three of them pull out. You put it down. It's so easy, it's so nice. Now, is this game changing? Not really, but I just love how much attention to detail DJI have thought on the RS5. Like, that'll probably save me, what, 10 seconds each time I use it, but the amount of satisfaction you get from that, you can't beat it. The RS4 had the BG21 battery grip, whereas the RS5 has the BG33, which is actually bigger than the RS4 Pro's BG31. Basically, you're going to have 14 hours of standby time when using this. It's going to run all day for you. And if you are shooting all day and you run out of juice, it can go from 0 to 100 in less than an hour thanks to its fast charging capabilities. And like I said, these batteries do last forever, but if you think you want all the battery to end all batteries, you can also buy the BG70 that has 33 hours of standby time compared to this battery that only has 14 hours. There's also Bluetooth connectivity for camera control for even more cameras than the RS4, so check out the DJI website to see if your camera is one of those. And if that wasn't enough, the RS5 also offers support for DJI's Focus Pro motor and their SDR transmitters. And whilst we're in the studio, I'll show you what else it can do with another accessory. So another great thing that we can do with the RS5 is get some really dynamic shots when pairing it with the Nanoshark 2 slider from iFootage. Now, this isn't new to the RS5. You can actually go as far back as the RS2. You just need to have a DJI gimbal that has a removable battery, and then it becomes compatible with a piece on the locking system. But this was super easy to balance, again, thanks to these precision knobs on all the dials. It was super simple to set up. So this setup we have our 1 million subscriber play button here, and we're gonna start at the top and then slowly pan around and reveal it to give it a nice hero shot at the end of this. And the reason why this slider is super easy to use is you don't have to use an app, and you can kind of just set the footage. So I've already set position A, which is here, and then I'm gonna go down to B, make sure that is in frame. Now, you can physically push this if you change there's a setting to show push movement. That scares me a little bit because of the motors. I'm sure it's fine, but I'm just gonna use the joystick. So I've changed the time to 5 seconds because I'm gonna be shooting in 120 here, so then I can speed ramp it in post to make it even more epic. So I'm gonna hit record on here, and away we go. And it really is that simple. The slider communicates with the gimbal, and we have a repeatable movement exactly, so you can change things and get the same shot. So this is just another way to use the RS5, and it just makes it such a versatile piece of equipment to have in your arsenal. So I really don't know what DJI are going to do on the RS6 to improve on the RS5 other than making the gimbal lighter or making it be able to hold more payload. They have really, I think, thought of everything here. Now, I may be a bit biased because I absolutely love using a gimbal, and the shots that you can get using a gimbal, they're really fun to have. But let me know what you think of the RS5. If this is your first gimbal, what do you think of it? Are you gonna get one? But if you have an RS3 or an RS4, I'm curious if this is enough of a spec bump for you to upgrade. I would also love to hear that in the comments down below. But in the meantime, I've been Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.